that Citizen is in. Now, some of these banks are not in your region, right? So some of y'all can't even get access to some of these banks that's giving out the bag. Now, let's see, they got 5 of them banks in Florida, 1 bank in DC, 31 in Connecticut, 4 in Maryland, 112 New Jersey. New Jersey stacked, right? Okay, well, wait a minute. New York stacked. Well, Massachusetts, they stacked, right? Now, you can come right here, Michigan. Let's just pick Michigan. And we can literally look at the banks near our city. So if y'all live in one of these cities, if y'all live near one of these cities, y'all can pick what bank and go inside these banks and build your relationship and go get some money, right? I always go off data. It's called Bank Locator, right? It's called Bank Locator, right? Bank branch locator, right? And there's plenty websites, but these
y'all do me a favor and share this live with a friend.
These some
tell a friend to tell a friend.
These some of the data. This is what I do. I'm a nerd, right? I'm a nerd. I do research, right? I go find the money, right? I go find hidden banks, right? That's how I can tell you about banks who giving out the most money or why they ain't giving out the most money. Like, you got to be in a norm, right? Because when the bank is giving out the money, my community be the first one to know about the banks, and then we get the banks to the public. But my people got to eat first. We gotta go get the food first off the table, and then we come back and let everybody know, hey, y'all better go to this bank. They giving out $40,000, no documentation. That's why you got to be in the room. You got to be in the right room around the right people so you can get the right information, because this information will literally change your life. We just finished a master class. I just showed people how to run a business. I just showed the class how to run a funding company, literally run a funding company. And they say this is the same thing that people did to me when I went and got my first business funding. I say, yeah, now you know. And you see what they charge you? You could charge the same thing. See, information is key, but execution is the way, though. Execution is the way. Remember, always build a relationship with these institutions, because when you build a relationship, it takes you 90 days to build an efficient relationship with a bank. They attract you, they understand you, and they say, okay, I can rock with this person. And this is how you're going to do. On your 92nd day, go get you some money. On your 92nd day, go back to the bank and always go ask them. Now, this is how I do. I pick 3 to 5 banks every 90 days to start a relationship with. And how I pick, and the reason why I do this is because I know the fractional lending rules of banking. Banking been around since we was born. It's been a system since day one. It's a banking rules it's called fractional reserve lending. What this means is this. Now, they require to keep 10% in the vault, but since the pandemic, they require to invest a whole 100%. But I'm going to use 90-10 so I can paint a picture for you guys. Now, this means whatever's being deposited in the bank, they're going to go keep 10% in the vault to make revenue, make dividends off of, and then they're going to invest the 90%. What does this mean? Let's put this in layman terms. Skinny kid. Respect. Now, let's put this in layman terms. Let's put this in layman terms. Right? If I go to the bank and I deposit $1,000 inside the bank, that means out of my $1,000 of my deposit, they're gonna take $100 out of my $1,000, because that's 10%, and put it in the vault to make money, make dividends off of. And when you, my friend, go to the same bank, they're gonna lend you my $900. So what does that mean? The banks with the most deposit has to give out the most money, because this is a lending institution. Banks ain't for savings. When people think about banks, they think about savings. That ain't what a bank is. A bank is for lending, giving out money. This is how the bank operate, by lending out money, man. How was the class? You missed a treat, brother. We missed a treat. Everybody learned how to go fund their clients, man. Credit card stacking to its fullest, man. You missed a treat. Hey, the very class that you wanted to attend, the very class you missed, brother. You missed a treat though. But you get the replay though, brother. You'll get the replay, brother. Education is key. You gotta know what banks is having the most money, because you gotta know. No, man, I had the power. Oh, it's snowing out there. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, they're back east. It's snowing a lot. I'm glad you saved though, man. Buy land and insurance. 100% buy you some land and insurance, man. 100%. 100%. Speaking of that, I got something else for you. Hold on. Got something else for you. Banks are thieves. You save money for a little interest and loan some money. Yep, they are thieves, right? But it ain't that they thieve. Is they prey on the people who don't have the education. They like the lack of knowledge, right? So they go steal from us. Like even if you put your money in the bank, see, banks tell you to put the money in the bank, but the banks don't even put their money in the bank, right? And I'm finna show you. I'm finna show you. 1 second. Let me find it for you.
She said banks are thieves, save money at very low interest. Yeah, they playing the game. Bobo.
That's a great question. Now, let me show you something else. The banks tell us to depend on our money in the bank with them, and they give us pennies on a dollar. If you look at your bank, they only give you 50 cents, 2 pennies, and stuff like that. But we know that they make money off you. Every time you put a deposit in the bank, it's worth 10 times to the bank than it is to you. Now, I'm gonna show you a website. Now,